nuts. That's a weird way to start out the stream.
That's terrible.
I just imagine people clicking on it in YouTube and they're like, what? Sorry, wrong video.
Exactly. It's like, no, hammer nuts. This is where you want to be. So,
Zelda.
Okay, hello and welcome. I'm here with James Charlton.
I ain't getting on no plane to E3, fool.
Yeah, it's kind of an expensive proposition to go just for a couple days from here. That's for sure.
That's true. That's why we never play any first-party Nintendo games until they come out.
That's very true. And also joining us here as well is Mr. Ty Sugart.
Rip and tear until it is done.
Yep.
Chex Quest, 1995.
Chex Quest, another classic that made its triumphant return to E3 this year. Oh wait, no it didn't.
Fake real.
Yeah. And also joining us is Cyrus Delaney, who decided to run away for a little bit. When he gets over his technical difficulties, he might actually join the show again. But
if he doesn't come in 2 minutes, I'm going to take over his place with my highly accurate Irish accent.
You're from the same general vicinity. I accept that. I accept the replacement. You know, you have my blessing from America.
Ah, to be sure, lads.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Cyrus. All right. Well, we have kind of an E3. Well, not kind of. We have a huge E3 focused show for you guys here today. We're going to talk about a lot of the stuff that went on at the show. Some of the stuff that, well, obviously Nintendo stuff. There's not much, but we're going to talk about the type of stuff that maybe kind of piqued our interest, and then maybe even talk a little bit about some non-Nintendo stuff that we're probably kind of interested in as well. So we're just going to go ahead.
The whole E3 gamut. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Expect another 8 hours of Famicast. We're going to go over everything.
Well, that won't take 8 hours then, will it, if it's a Nintendo show?
If it's a Nintendo. 20 minutes later, we're done. See you guys.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I figured let's just go ahead and just get things started off with the big one, the one that everybody pretty much cares about, and that's Zelda.
Zelda
Okay.
will never be a girl.
Oh,
Zelda never will be a girl. Sorry.
James.
Yeah.
How did your bingo sheet turn out?
Oh, I should check that. Yeah. Yeah, I did a very trolly last minute. Well, I thought I usually do a bingo sheet. You know, I'd put half thought, half trolling, but I kind of had to go full troll this year because knowing Nintendo only had one game to show, so I didn't really know what to do. So I just went, full troll on it.
Yeah.
But I probably hit some things in there, even though I was trolling.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, like I said, let's just go ahead and just kind of kick things off with Zelda. So essentially the biggest thing about E3 kind of kicked off here the other day with The Legend of Zelda. Oh my God, Breath, not Breath of Fire.
Wind in the Willows.
God.
Stop
it.
Okay, what? Do you really not know what it's called? It's called Breath of the Wild.
Thank you very much. I had the Japanese katakana stuck in my head. Yeah.
Oh, breast of the wild.
Yeah, Breaths of the Wild. No THs here, guys. But yeah, Breath of the Wild was announced and shown off, and let's just go around and just kind of talk about maybe what we thought about it. So.
Okay.
I guess just maybe from the initial trailer, like, what did you guys think?
It was really pretty.
Yeah, I was hyped. I was hyped from the trailer. Yeah, I was glad that they started the stream with the trailer. No Pokemon bullshit. Well, they went straight to Pokemon bullshit after that, but at least they started with the Zelda thing, which is good. Yeah, it's pretty much what I was hoping it would be, which is good. I from what little we knew about it, it was like massive open world, and like it was going to be true to the original, and like lots more like an open world game where you can go anywhere you want. So I was kind of imagining like this huge open world, and you kind of stumble upon like these little temples or shrines or something, and you just and there would be like loads of them dotted around, and that's exactly what they did. So I was kind of hyped to hear that, because I guess can we talk about that immediately, like the shrines idea?
Yeah, go for it.
So like they do have traditional temples. We don't know how many there are. Let's just say there's 8 big temples, but I think they said 100 shrines. Yeah, I didn't hear that wrong, right? 100 shrines, and these are like, you'll stumble upon these kind of little stone, just like a mini dungeon, I guess, or a mini shrine, and inside there'll be like just a couple of puzzles to do, and then you'll get like either a weapon or an item or something to put towards getting an item. I think there were these. I saw part of the live stream that had this orb, and I knew that if you got 3 of those, you could trade it for something powerful, like a good item.
Right.
So things like that. I was like, wow, that's cool. That's cool. So it's not you're always restricted to like getting an item in a temple, but now it's like you've got all these like little things to go. Well, I guess would they be counted as side quests? I don't know.
It just seems they're not quite dungeons. They're basically kind of like, you can get a lot of equipment and stuff like that in there, it seems like, as well as some kind of like special orbs and stuff. But yeah, I mean, at least from some of the stuff they're showing on the treehouse, you can get a lot of like cool, nifty little things that you can use in the game world that really can help you out and with discovery and just general mobility and stuff like that around as well.
I mean, before I got burnt out on Lost, the TV show, that was like the coolest thing about that show was like the stumbling upon those hatches, and you're like wondering what's inside and stuff. And if they can capture that kind of feeling, I think that'd be pretty cool. You're not really aiming for that, but then you're in the middle of a forest or something, and you find one of these like places, and then you go in and you get something cool. I mean, actually, I guess Ty's the guy to ask, but like, is Skyrim kind of like that?
Like, I was gonna say, like, have they compared this directly to Skyrim yet? Because, like, 100 dungeons, that sounds very Skyrim. Like, Skyrim has bazillions of little distractions all over this huge map.
Are they caves? Is it called caves in Skyrim? Like you get?
I think dungeons generally.
Oh, okay, they call them dungeons. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
well, I guess that was one energy drink too many.
Holy crap! What is that? Cyrus,
that's a lot of noise coming from Cyrus.
Cyrus, I think you're breaking this. Cyrus,
It's
jump
happening.
out. Okay, Cyrus, maybe try to jump out and jump back in.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
That's not the jump out button, that's the settings button.
Unplug your microphone, plug it back in.
Jesus Christ! I had to take my headphones out. It's like
That was rough.
that was like Pikachu was in his earphones or something. I don't know.
Apologies to the YouTube viewers there.
We just killed all the YouTube viewers. Yeah.
You did.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So we were talking about Skyrim, which is getting an HD re-release, and it happened again.
What's happening?
Unplug your headset and plug it back in or whatever.
There's like a lot of white noise or buzzing.
What exactly is happening? And I will see if I can fix it.
It's going like
Very loud, terrible noise.
beep, but it's like a very loud and annoying version of that.
Okay.
Stop.
There we go. There we
Back?
go.
Okay,
there we
okay.
go.
We're good.
It's like Pikachu was electrocuting your nuts or something.
Oh man, I signed with that
Oh, there
E3
it
I
is.
missed
Happening
that.
again.
It's happening? Still there?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay. Let me change.
Wow.
Yeah, it stopped. I think
It stopped and we can't hear you.
that's actually for the best, probably. At least we're not dying.
Not yet.
So, Zelda's the new Skyrim, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think it has been hinted at. I mean, did Aonuma mention Skyrim once, like 2 years ago? Something like
I don't know, but
I thought
as you may remember, that game is huge in Japan, right?
Really?
It's like, yeah, it was like one of the only Western games, maybe the only Western game to get all 10s in Famitsu.
Yeah.
And, lots of people play it.
I mean, yeah, if you think about it just percentage-wise, I mean, it sold like whatever X million amount of copies over in Europe and North America, but probably like a few 100,000 here in Japan. But at the time, I mean, what PS3's lifetime to date is only like 10 million or something like that. So it's probably comparable, in terms of the percentage of people playing.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess they've kind of done Skyrim, but with the Zelda, aesthetic or the Zelda gameplay.
They made it anime as heck.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ty, sorry if this offends you, but it's Skyrim, but with actual good gameplay. Actual good good combat. You know what I mean? I mean, the combat to me in Skyrim is just like it's like the guy hitting something and then walking away, hitting something, walking away. It's like that.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
I'll accept that. That's fair.
But yeah, gameplay-wise, it does look a lot like Skyward Sword. Like it's got the stamina gauge, which I heard some people bitching about that on Twitter, but I actually really like the stamina gauge because I think it combines things like that PS2 game, Shadows
of the Colossus.
Thank you, Shadows of the Colossus, where you can grip things.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's not infinite grip on Shadow of the Colossus.
Even
is it?
even there, it's not. You have some kind of like a stamina gauge as well.
But it's quite long, isn't it? In Shadow of the Colossus,
it's pretty long.
But in Skyward Sword, it's a lot shorter. And this one, it seems slightly longer, but they use the same gauge, so you can run, and you can run at walls. That's something you could do in Skyward Sword. Get a good run up to a wall.
Yeah.
And on Skyward Sword, if you flick the Wii remote, you kind of jumped up the wall. But now I guess you can just jump with a button, which actually was on my bingo sheet. Now I'm looking at it.
You called the jump button, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a troll that just came true, I guess.
Nice.
So yeah, jump button, a dash and a jump button. So people are saying it's like a throwback to Zelda 2. You got a jump button. You can jump and then do a down attack or something when you go over an enemy, I guess. I don't know much about the combat, to be honest.
I mean, it seems kind of like an evolution of everything that we've seen up to this point, especially with all the 3D stuff, which I think is a very good thing. And that
there was a kind of slow-mo bit, wasn't it? Like a moblin kind of jumped towards him, and he timed the block perfectly, and then he could like wail at the guy.
I think it was like some kind of like it's very timing based, and I think he jumped up at a specific time or something like that. And yeah, it depends on all that type of stuff. Then you can get some kind of a flurry. I think it was called flurry hits or something like that.
Right. So it's kind of like it's like Wind Waker, I guess, the combat, with the timing and stuff.
Yeah. Even with
they've combined all the best bits, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking even just like the arrows above the characters. That's very like kind of Wind Waker-y and stuff as well.
Exactly, but full camera support, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
You can look wherever you want. So yeah, no motion control whatsoever that I could see. I wasn't even sure if the viewing tablet was a motion control thing. I think it was just sticks.
It seemed. I remember watching one of the Treehouse Live segments or whatever, and I could have swore that when they were looking around or something at one point, that it looked like they were actually using like the gyro to do it, just because of like how shaky it was a little bit. So
okay.
It
could be both, Yeah.
It might be like a Splatoon type of a thing where you can choose either or you can even do like both kind of at the same time or something if you wish.
Right. Yeah, I like that actually. You can. I don't know if that's been done in other games before, but like you could just look somewhere. And then wherever you look, you just place a marker. So you can say, okay, I want to head there. You see something cool, you put a marker where you're looking.
Right.
Because I don't know about you, but I always get confused with the maps. Like you look somewhere and then you go to the map and you think, is that the thing that I was looking at? Maybe. And then you place a waypoint, but that's actually a different place. Mm-hmm. Or it's way, way further away than you thought. Stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I mean, even with Xenoblade Chronicles X, on Wii U, which I think they said a long time ago that the engine that they're kind of using for this game is somehow related to the stuff they did with Xenoblade. Monolith Soft maybe helping out with some of the back-end stuff here. But yeah, I mean, it's even with Xenoblade, I mean, I thought they had a really great system for navigating the world and stuff like that, especially with the implementation of the gamepad. Especially because I mean they did a really good job of implementing like the map onto the gamepad so you can kind of tell where you're going. But sometimes if you're not looking in the right direction, you'd be like, whoa, 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 wait, where the hell am I going? And you have to kind of like double check on the map on your gamepad. Okay, cool. I got to turn around the opposite way to do this. But I think this is a really nice kind of a visual way, having like this kind of like like almost like this light beam coming out of the ground. You're like, okay, that's exactly where I decided I was going to go. Let's do that.
That was actually in Skyward Sword as well. Actually, that light beam thing.
I should really play that game. I bought it when it first came out. I haven't played it.
So I guess should we like go back to like how the demo started? Like after the trailer, when they got around to playing the game, it was quite exciting. Like you first meet this like old guy. Obviously vibes of the NES game, and they kept on showing the artwork from the original NES, and they've actually modeled the mountains on the artwork for the NES game.
Right. That was a segment they did, something basically.
Right, with Miyamoto, they were talking.
Yeah, talking about the ties to the NES version and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, built-in and not translating for once.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm beyond this. I'm beyond this. Get the young guys in here. I'm not translating anymore, interpreting anymore.
Right.
So this old guy, I think he gives you an axe. Not a sword.
Yeah, I hate to be the technical loser here, but like the axe is like it's really close by, and he just kind of talks and is like, "Hey, what's up? I'm the weird old guy," and there's just an axe like really close to near him, but he doesn't necessarily give it to you. But you can take his baked apple. That's his.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, baked apples. You can cook.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting, right? You can cook, and the amount of pickups in this game is kind of crazy, off the charts, right? Like there's mushrooms, there's sticks, there's flowers, there's seeds, there's all over the place that you can combine into do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, if you there are no hearts or rupees in the game, which is like crazy, right? There's no heart pickups, no rupee pickups. So you can sell stuff to get rupees, but I guess it's just the number in your inventory.
That's what
you never actually physically see a rupee.
Right.
It's just like a number counter. And the hearts, like you eat an apple and you get quarter heart back. If you eat a baked apple, you get half a heart back or whatever, right?
Right.
So it's worth cooking. And you can set up fires, you can collect kindling, and then you get like a flint stone, and you combine them together, and then you hit it with your sword, and that'll make a campfire. And in cold places you have to actually keep warm, which I thought was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's like full survival game.
Lost Planet now.
Yeah. It's like full survival game. It's like, what game would that be from then? Like, where you'd actually have to keep warm?
Lost Planet.
But like a more similar game, like a adventure type game.
You got me there.
Lost Planet.
I mean, you've like Metroid, for example. You go into like an acidic or lava world, and you get damaged when you walk in, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like that.
I know Dragon Age Inquisition has like some places you can't go into if you get too cold, you'll die in them.
There you go. That's what I like.
Even if you harken back to like Ocarina of Time, I mean, you go into the volcano fire temple, you got to have that fire tunic or whatnot.
Yeah.
So so maybe it's kind of like that, but I mean, they never had anything. Well, there's never any locales. Well, I guess you could say Twilight Princess, the snow mountains and stuff like that, but you didn't have to have anything to protect yourself from the elements. So that was a really kind of unique. Well, it's not even unique, at all.
there was a cute little animation like when they paused it, when they went to the inventory screen. Link was like shivering like this.
Oh yeah.
And then they put the tunic on, and he was better. And I actually saw another part of the live stream where if you carry a torch, like a fire torch, then you can actually walk around naked. But if you're carrying the fire torch, then you'll be all right.
Huh. Okay.
But obviously they do go out after a while, so
right.
There are some items like I guess we should also talk about items are perishable, like weapons, which is another Skyward Sword feature. Weapons. No, shields broke in Skyward Sword. I don't remember weapons breaking. Maybe I could be wrong about that. But like once you got the Master Sword and the Master Shield, they didn't break. I don't think. So I think
I'm
there's
pretty
going to
sure
be.
huge stacks of pancakes eating your shield has been a Zelda trope for a long time.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Ocarina of Time had like the what was it? Not the Megaton hammer, the giant Goron sword. That broke after a few swings.
Right.
Oh right.
Yeah. You had to get the magic version or something, so then it wouldn't break, right?
Yeah, the final like super upgrade.
Right. So I mean, this is kind of like taking a lot of these elements and just kind of adding it to the extreme, you know, which I think it's really cool and just a cool direction for them to take with Zelda because this is just totally different than anything they've really done in the past. So I really dig it.
Exactly. The inventory is like, massive now. They've categorized it into, like weapons and, food and other parts and stuff. There's like 5 sections to it now, and there's so many items you can pick up. And you can actually drop things on the floor anytime.
Right.
And I think they stay there. I remember seeing him drop a sword, and he came back, and it was still there.
I remember them seeing dropping like a bokoblin skeleton arm on the ground. It's just, kind of wiggling around there.
If you don't have a sword, you can even fight with a stick, can't you? Like a branch, sorry, a tree branch.
Right.
I saw one really cool. It was like really cute because the game, it seems like it's just built for people to dick around and use the weird mechanics in weird ways. Like one guy threw his axe on the ground when he was trying to fight a big guardian robot, and because he ran out of arrows, so then he picked up the axe with his magnet ability built into the Sheikah stone thing.
Right.
So he was swinging the axe around like on the end of this magnet cable. So like, using the axe like a ranged weapon. And, like,
yeah, I saw that. It goes like a different, like a visor almost, isn't it? It goes like different colors or something?
Yeah.
Or does it just highlight things? I can't remember.
It just highlights these two magnetic bands coming out of your Sheikah tablet, and it picks up whatever metal object you're looking at.
Yeah, it's kind of like giving you an easy way to see what you can and can't pick up.
Yeah, I actually saw like a little shrine which had a puzzle based around magnetizing a little train, like a trolley thing that they had to move around it to activate some switches and stuff. So
yeah, it really cool. Is really amazing how different a Zelda this is. Considering Zelda is like one of those series that everyone makes fun of for being almost the same game every time.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, like eight dungeons and then beat Ganon and then you're done. Yeah. Well, I think they do have the 8 dungeons and you can defeat Ganon and you're done. But like, apparently you can actually go straight to the last boss immediately. You can just if you know where to go, and I think I'm quoting Aonuma directly here. He said, if you're crazy enough to go to the final boss without the master sword, then you can do it. And you know that there's going to be speedrunners going to do that, right? They're going to be
I just had a flashback to Fallout 2 speedruns. Right, that's a 40-hour RPG, but you can speedrun it in about 12 minutes if you nail everything perfectly.
We're going to see that with this Zelda for sure. They're going to be
looking forward to it.
defeating Ganon with a tree branch and a baked apple.
Like when I used to play Monster Hunter, in Monster Hunter you can the whole idea of the game is you get this new armor and you upgrade it as you go along. But I was in this group that refused to use armor, so you could like every enemy would one-hit kill you, so you had to have like perfect dodging all the time. So yeah, I can see this happening for like Zelda speedruns.
They call them nude runs or naked runs in Dark Souls, don't they?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like people walking around in their underpants, and you can literally walk around in your underpants in Zelda.
Same in Monster Hunter, so. Woohoo, underpants.
But only male underpants.
Right.
There's no knickers.
Yeah, no pantaloons.
Sorry.
You remove all female touches from this game. No girls allowed.
Somebody took a photograph of their lanyard from E3, and it had what I thought were 2 different links. And I thought there was a male link and a female link.
Everyone did.
It definitely looked like, boobs, to me anyway. But somebody later told me, no, that was actually the shoulder, and it was actually like an angle like this, and it was actually the shoulder bumping out. And when I looked at it again, I was like, oh, right, that's totally a shoulder.
That's
Shit.
totally
I guess you see what you want to see, I guess.
There it is.
But no, the face also looked different. Like the eyes looked different, the eyebrows looked different, the hair looked different. So I was convinced it was a girl. And yeah, sadly, hashtag Japan. It happened. They Japanned it.
Yeah.
I still have a completely wild, out of my ass theory that I think there is a female Link in this game. I think there's a male Link and a female Link as two different
It's not
characters.
playable.
Maybe not playable, but I think there are two different Links in the game.
Yeah, I actually have a theory about that. Because we learned about the amiibo. Like, there's 3 new amiibo. I guess we'll talk about that a bit later. But I think they're going to be support characters, like like the wolf one is. There could be like a female Link amiibo, and then she will become a support character. That was my kind of wild theory, anyway. You might have a partner character or something. I mean, they did hint at like multiplayer like ages ago, but we didn't hear anything about that today.
Well, I have actually a wild theory myself, and actually, James, you kind of hinted at this earlier. It's just give up. It's Japan. It's only going to be Link as a guy.
Yeah, the reason was pretty bullshit. Aonuma said like because the Triforce is made up of Ganon, Zelda, and Link. If Link was a girl, then that would upset the balance of the Triforce being. But I don't know, that makes no sense because Ganon and Link are both men, so already the balance is off.
Ganon is a monster. How dare you?
Have you seen Ganondorf? He's a pretty manly man.
He kind of is. Those eyebrows, they go into the sideburns.
I guess
they're gonna totally troll you with a female Ganon in this game.
Yeah,
that would be amazing. Oh,
that was one of my that was my bingo.
If that was their master plan, it's like, oh, let's just give a female. I'm totally all is forgiven, Nintendo. You win. Hyper Troll gets for now till the end of time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, with the Link not being a girl, there not being any option for that, I'm honestly not surprised. I mean, again, it's Japan. They just don't care about this stuff. They're going to do what they're going to do. They don't really care what the West says about this. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
So
that's true enough.
And it just, as James would say, deal with it, because there's nothing you can do.
I'm not surprised either. It doesn't really bother me. But it's his explanation that bothers me. Like,
a lot of people are saying that. On my bingo card, by the way, I said female Ganon, Link speaks, female Link, Zelda is playable. That's all wrong. These are all wrong so far. Link is a character. I got that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Male Zelda, no. Linkle assists. That could still turn out to be true. The horse speaks.
Tingle assist.
Yeah, Tingle.
Yeah, we still have like another year of development, maybe.
Yeah.
So I guess I got Skyrim ripoff feature. I think I got that one right. Dark Souls ripoff feature. I think I got that one because the bonfires. No loading screens. They did have one at the beginning, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't really see that many.
It's typically with games like this.
Hidden, right?
It's at the very beginning, and then everything's pretty much open, and maybe stuff's kind of like loading in the background or whatever. You typically don't have any like really long loading screens, a la like maybe Skyward Sword or something.
Lack of awareness of other similar games. Yeah, I think I got that one right. Because pretty much every open world game like this lets you be a female, and they seem to be totally oblivious of that fact. Reggie claims to be good at Zelda. I don't know. Did anyone hear that?
Did he say that?
No, this is my predictions.
He didn't really say anything. He just gave the intro at the start.
Oh, he did. Actually, no. I think I'm going to claim this one because in his intro speech, he said something wrong. He said like, I can't remember what it was, but he said something like,
"I work for Sony America."
He used the wrong word. He used like level instead of dungeon or something like that. It was a word that felt off. Anyway, I'll have to go back and listen to it. Title based on the world. I don't know actually. Do I get a point for that one?
I'd say so.
They might be calling the area the Wild. Could be the name of the region.
Yeah, because the reason why I'd said that is because all they've been talking about is that the world is the main focus of this game, and so I just predicted the name would be involving the world.
Yeah.
And then the other one was live stream fucks up at crucial point. Well, the live stream I was watching did kind of fuck up, but
Well, they started the demo, and after like 20 minutes or whatever, it said, "Thank you for playing the demo," and quit. And they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
shit, we were supposed to disable that for this live stream."
Right, I saw that.
So,
I saw that one too.
So yeah, I would tick that box for you.
Okay, so I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. I get 5, but they're not in a line, so I don't get a bingo. But I got maybe 5 right. Is there anything else? I'm just looking at the list that we kind of wrote down here.
Right.
Stuff to talk about.
You know,
snowboarding. Snowboarding's cool. I didn't see that until somebody made an animated GIF of that. Like they obviously, I don't know. Did they allow the sale for people to use at E3? Like it was open from the start.
Yeah, you could get the sale.
You can
okay. Oh, you can get it in the demo. You have to earn it. Okay. Well,
I think basically everything you had to earn in the demo.
Okay, well, you definitely don't start with it. So, like, this guy was like sailing off a mountain, like it's like it was a snow area, and then he landed on some snow, and then immediately changed to his shield, which turned into he started snowboarding on his shield,
right?
And started sliding down the mountain, and it was seamless. It was pretty cool. It was like it's Twilight Prince. No, it's not Twilight. Is it Twilight Princess?
Yeah, the Yeti.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Twilight Princess, isn't it? Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who added this about the Koroks?
Yeah, that was me. I got that Zelda lore.
Yep.
So the Koroks are, the little the tree guys from Wind Waker.
Yep.
Deku Seed guys.
Yeah.
And they're apparently what the Kokori children from or Koroki Forest, whatever they're called, the kids at the start of Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
They evolved into Koroks. So Koroks only exist after a Wind Waker period. So the game probably takes place in the Zelda quote-unquote timeline after Wind Waker.
So Wind Waker's after Ocarina, isn't it? Because you go under the water and you see the Ocarina dungeon, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the water's gone up, Wind Waker happened, and then the water's gone back down, and now this Zelda's happened.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the implication, that this is Hyrule after they removed the water from Wind Waker.
Okay, maybe. Well, if that's true, then we'll see an Ocarina of Time temple somewhere, won't we?
Yeah, we'll see. I think, with this game, I remember when I first watched the initial trailer, I actually kind of walked away a little bit disappointed, because I mean, as beautiful as the game was, I just don't think it gave the game enough justice for what it's trying to do. But after actually watching a lot of the demos and stuff like that on Treehouse Live, you can really see like how much freedom that you actually have in this game. The stuff that they want you to do, the stuff that they probably don't want you to do too at the same time. You can do it. You can do like all sorts of stuff that you just can never do in a Zelda game. It's incredible, and I just don't think this trailer does it justice. If you only watch the trailer, check out other stuff too, because it's totally worth it.
I think the general consensus is, oh man, I really wish this was coming out at Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, think about it. It's March. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's a long way. That's like 9 months.
Hey, dude, it could be next Christmas too. You never know.
I mean, I know apparently the NX version is coming around about the same time, and they did mention that recently, didn't they? That the NX version will be maybe have a visual upgrade, but that the game would be exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
I know one thing that really stood out for me watching the Wii U version, at least, was the draw distance is really small for how big the world is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of, it's not quite pop-up, but you can see that you only have a very close window of view.
But at the same time, though, Si, I mean, this is just an E3 demo, and this is at the earliest 9 months away. So I mean, that stuff could get fixed, but I hear you, because I noticed that type of stuff as well.
So that's what I feel, if it is just a graphical upgrade between the Wii U and the NX, that's what will be the biggest, most obvious thing.
Right, the draw distance, right, yeah.
And the 4K.
Yeah, that too.
Right.
So
Cyrus, I guess.
Just on that draw distance thing, I think like that's what I really like about Nintendo is they're very careful with how they do graphics. Like they work to their limit and say, okay, this is all we can do. So the graphics in the game, like the art style, are very clearly designed to obscure draw distance as much as they can.
Sure.
It's all blurry and painterly, so it's hard to tell when stuff hasn't loaded in the distance.
Yeah, that
I
was
think
it. They did that in Skyward Sword as well. It became like almost like an abstract watercolor, and then as you got closer, it came into view.
Yeah,
It was very clever. So it did look like an artistic choice rather than a technical thing, but obviously it was mainly a technical thing. But the way they did it, they don't make you think that, which is clever.
That's one thing I really like about Nintendo is they pay attention to that kind of stuff, where they don't let you see the limitation of the technology to kind of work with it.
And if you think about it, if you're looking really far into the distance, it's not like you can crystal clear see something on the top of a mountain from 800 miles away, is it? with your human eyes.
I know this entire podcast, except for me, has glasses, so you may not be privy to the perfect 2020 kilometer vision that us normies have. But,
I'm sure as hell not. First grade, man. Yeah.
Are you Hawkeye, Cyrus?
Well, I think I'm pretty. I should have glasses at this point, but I'm not about that life. I'm sorry.
Cyrus, we're over here. You're not looking at the camera. So I guess Cyrus, you want to talk about the amiibo stuff?
Yeah. So when they first announced the Twilight Princess remake, look at Mr. Amiibo over here. But when they first announced Twilight Princess, they had like the Wolf Link amiibo, and they promised that it was going to have some functionality in the Zelda for Wii U whenever it came out. So they showed off that functionality, which is pretty neat. And so in Twilight Princess, when you put the Wolf amiibo down, you unlock this special challenge dungeon. And
which is already part of the original game, and they just kind of locked it behind the amiibo. So it's total bullshit.
Was it? I thought it was a new dungeon.
No.
Oh, okay.
I
haven't actually played it yet.
Don't think so, James. I thought it was actually like a brand new thing they made for the game. Are you sure?
But it's actually been in as I definitely remember playing that.
I thought it was like a different type of thing. I know what you're talking about. I thought it was like a completely different thing, though.
Yeah, I think it's the same idea as a thing that's in the game, but like a new version of it, kind of. Like with different enemies or
visually and technically it's exactly the same as what I played.
Yeah, I gather it was very much reusing assets job, but in this whatever, you play through this like special dungeon, and depending on like your score or how many hearts you have remaining after the finishing the dungeon, that gets stored on your amiibo. Then when you swipe the amiibo into this the Wii U version, or the what is it?
Breath of the Wild.
And so when you swipe your amiibo in there, it the Wolf Link amiibo or Wolf Link appears in your game as an assist character, and his health is based on how much health you had when you finished your dungeon in Twilight Princess.
That's going to be quite hard as well, because like that challenge mode, from what I remember playing in Twilight Princess, the original one, was that you have to basically defeat like every enemy in the game, but then it just gets harder and harder. So you're defeating those those Darknet kind of knights and stuff, the really hard ones, like 3 or 4 at a time, and it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. So it's quite hard to finish that whole thing. I mean, it feels endless. It could be like, I don't know, 40 levels you have to go through to do that.
Maybe that's what's different about this one. Maybe they made it shorter specifically for this reason, or I don't know. But whatever it is.
It'd be interesting, like, once that wolf dies, I'm assuming when it dies it disappears. Can you just touch the same amiibo again the next day? Or
you limited to use it just once a day?
Yeah,
I think it's once a day.
Every 24 hours or something.
But you'd have to go back and defeat the dungeons again in Twilight Princess.
No, I think he keeps the same health. So.
That's fine then, that's fine.
I'm not clear on this though. I heard someone mention that you need to finish the dungeon in Twilight Princess before you can use the wolf at all in Breath of the Wild.
Well, that
Well,
makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, if you're carrying in your hearts otherwise, then what the
Yeah,
hell
it
are you
makes
carrying
sense,
in?
but for all the people who bought just Wolflink and didn't buy the other game,
You're screwed.
that yeah, that's like it's cool that it's such a like a meshing of the two games where you have to do X in one game, then transfer that through this amiibo to another. That's kind of cool, but I would hope they have something like if you haven't played Twilight Princess, the wolf has like 3 hit points or something.
That would maybe work for me because I haven't even put my Twilight Princess in my Wii U yet.
Oh god. He Bivens it.
I
Well,
did.
not even Bivens it. Yeah, that you haven't even played any of it.
No, I haven't even put it in my Wii U yet. So
I have
I played on Wii and GameCube.
Oh wow. Okay. Well done.
my Twilight Princess for Wii U is also sitting unopened on my shelf.
Well, you got plenty of time you've got 9 months. So.
Yeah.
I've had how many years up till this point? So
Right.
Oh, you got
on
the Wii version or the Wii U HD?
I was living in a house with someone who had the Wii version, so.
No, the Wii U HD remaster. Or
Oh yeah, I've got the Wii U HD remaster majigger.
well, that's the best way to go, right?
Yeah, at this point.
So they also showed 3 other amiibo at the event. They showed Archer Link, they showed horse riding Link, and they showed one of the big robot Guardian dudes.
Mm-hmm.
But Guardian, because the amiibo is huge. First of all, it's like way bigger than any other amiibo, and it's got posable arms.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, actually, no. What about those Monster Hunter ones? They were freaking massive.
I think this is about equal the size, if not larger, than those guys.
Did we talk about those ones? I don't think
we did. That's from Monster Hunter Stories, right?
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Babies has got like 2 or 3 amiibos, right?
Right.
And so these 3 amiibo, they didn't actually show what they do, but these kind of tie into why I think there's 2 links in the game, because this is the only game aside from Animal Crossing that has released the same character with 2 amiibo. So it's like, it's Link with a bow and it's Link on a horse, but they cover Link's head when he's on the horse, so you can't see.
You don't want to count Mario then, because he's got about 8.
But he's
Or
not in the
Smash
same
Brothers.
line of amiibo. He had
Right.
Smash Brothers. Hello.
Yeah, but he had Smash Bros. Amiibo. He had like Smash Bros. Mario. Then there was Mario Bros. Mario.
I'm just saying
Awesome.
Smash Brothers series. I mean, you know how many is available for that.
Dr. Mario.
Yeah, totally different character.
I know. I'm just trying to shit all over your theory.
Yeah, but
Sorry, man.
this,
Pink Gold Peach.
we can dream.
Or
But,
drink.
yes, let's do that. I've got real gold. None of that peach gold shit.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
sounds like
Irish.
a plan,
He's Irish. He's Irish after all.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
We don't accept your alcoholic culture. Hopefully Cyrus gets that joke.
I don't understand what you're talking about. I haven't drank enough tonight.
It was actually for once it wasn't actually a Japanese thing. It was actually a Korean thing. There was an advert for an English school in Korea, South Korea, and it said, and this girl applied, an Irish girl applied for it, and they said, sorry, we can't accept your application because of your alcoholic culture.
That was good times.
And I was like, that could so easily have been Japan, but it wasn't. So.
Not this time.
Well,
Not this time.
when I showed up at my school, everyone was like gasped in relief when I started speaking. They're like, "Oh my god, you don't have an accent. We were terrified when we started as an Irish person."
They put the beers away and said, "Whew, we don't need these."
Yeah.
Anyway, sidetrack.
Yeah.
Amiibo.
Actually,
So the Guardian one's got wobbly arms that you can move apparently.
Yeah, so he's cool.
Those
Yeah.
Guardians are scary. Like when you bump into them in the world, they can take you out. Like we saw in that original trailer, right? They do behave like that original trailer. They track you down, they chase you,
right.
and they look hard as balls.
Yeah, they seem to do like they kill you with one hit if you haven't gotten any armor or picked up any apples.
Did
at the start
anyone
of the game.
see? Did anyone see anybody defeat those?
No, I don't think they did in any of the stuff that they'd showed on the Treehouse. I mean,
No, but I mean, like,
So later on in the trailer, they just had people playing
other
like it was
websites.
free play, and I saw a few of them get defeated.
okay.
And there was that rock monster that nobody could defeat. He's got like a crystal thing on his head that you have to
Yeah.
hit.
Very
I don't think.
Colossus,
I didn't
yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I didn't see anyone beat him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just saw the Treehouse people die at him. They were like, "Hey, you can get like a really cool mineral from this guy." Oh, we're dead.
Oh, that's cool. A mineral. Okay, so
Yeah.
you could probably craft something. That's very Monster Hunter, isn't it?
Or like they said, to take it into like a town later on and potentially sell it for X amount of rupees or whatever.
Oh, that's a good point, actually, Danny. There was a severe lack of towns and other people in this E3 demo, and Aonuma confirmed that. He said, "Don't worry, there are towns, there are people, but we're just not showing you any of that because it would spoil too much of the game if we showed you that part of the game."
And he also went on to say that this particular plateau that they had showed off at E3 is like what 1% of the game world or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, at first I was a little bit alarmed at that too, and then after hearing that, because I was like, oh my God, there are no towns, there are no But then he's like, no, just chill out and don't worry. Of course we got this stuff in here. We're not as dumb as you might think we are. So
actually, talking about chilling out, one of the Treehouse people playing the game. I don't know if people were live tweeting at them or something, but like there was lots of pop-ups. Like they would play a portion of the game, and they would take a break, and then they would come back, and then they would play a different part of the game. And the pop-ups kept coming back. When you pick up like an item, like a seed or a branch, it kept on popping up again with the same message, and people were freaking out.
Yeah.
And the guy said, "Don't worry, guys, don't freak out. You only see that message once. It's only because we're having to reset the game that it's happening again. So don't worry about it." And it's quite clever actually. If you walk over an item that you've never seen before, there's a question mark.
Mm-hmm.
You pick it up, you get the item description, and then from then on, you never see that item description. You walk over the item, and it'll immediately tell you what it is. So if you want to pick it up or not.
Right.
So thank God. How many games have we gone through? Whatever it is. 8, 9, 10 mainline Zeldas. We don't have to read an explanation of what a rupee is 800 times.
Yeah.
Right. I think some of the earlier 3D stuff, like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, it was fine. It was like they showed it to you once and like, all right, this is it. Go on, do what you got to do. And then maybe with Skyward Sword, maybe they just felt the need to really, because of the Wii and just maybe the general audience, maybe they felt they had to explain the stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I know when I played Twilight Princess, I played half of Twilight Princess on the Wii, and I remember I went into a room full of treasure chests, and it was like, it's 5 rupees. Use these to buy things. Open the next chest. It's 5 rupees. It's 5 rupees. I'm like, oh my God, it's blue. I know what it does. It's like, yes. So it has been there at least since Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Rupees can be exchanged for goods or services.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, actually, I wanted to check on Ty. I mean, Ty being maybe the resident Nintendo hater.
Yeah, what's up, guys? What keen insights can I provide to you about the new Zelda game?
Well, yeah, I mean, Ty, with everything that you've seen about this, like, what do you think, man? Like, what are your general impressions about, the new Zelda?
There are other haters on staff, by the way. We'll save that for later.
It looks really pretty, but, to me, it looks really boring.
Okay.
It looks like you're just gonna, dick around and do Zelda stuff, and it'll probably be the easiest Zelda yet. And
The easiest.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, but hey, man, that's like your opinion, man.
it is my opinion. And I understand there's a lot of people that love Zelda more than anything. It's a lot of people's favorite game series, but
Even
it
more
is
than
not
Chex Quest.
mine.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, as hard as it is for me to believe.
Well, Ty, which part of the boss that no one could defeat or the guardian that insta kills people sounds easy?
Man, I have like a whole bucket full of sass here to sort through. Like, are we talking about game journalists here? Because they're not good at games.
That's true, no.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, honestly though, I like when I watching the Treehouse thing, with every kind of bit they were showing me, I was getting more worried for it. Like, I don't think I will like playing this game because I really don't like loot-based games. I don't really like open-world games.
Hmm.
So as cool as I think this game is, I don't think I'm gonna like playing it.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because this is Nintendo and they make games that you think, okay, I'm never gonna like a shooter, and then they make Splatoon. I'm never gonna like a Skyrim type game, and then they make this. The thing I'm worried about is that I'm not gonna have enough time to get into this game. It looks so huge, like am I going to have enough enjoyment because I can only play like a couple of hours a night. Am I going to be able to do enough in those 2 hours? Am I ever going to beat this game? Is it going to take me like 6 months to beat this game?
Years.
That's what it could take me the whole of 2017 to finally beat it. But we'll see. I'll still probably beat it before Danny.
Maybe. Hey, if I really get into something, I can blow through it really quick. If I don't start it or put it in my Wii U, that's a problem.
That's true. You did beat Xenoblade, right?
Yeah, 80 hours plus. I mean, it took some time, but I got through it.
Good job. Wait, how much time did you put into that initial D button pressing game again?
Oh man, that was I think it was either 10 or 20 hours. One of those. I think it was like 19 hours. Yes.
Good shit.
Thank you.
Loser.
I think I'm approaching 200 hours on Hyrule Warriors.
Jeez. I thought you were going to say Pokemon Picross or the other Pokemon 3DS puzzle game.
Let's not go into my Pokemon Picross addiction at the moment, but
Okay.
One observation I have to say before we move on is the Sheikah Stone, which you get right at the beginning of the game. You kind of get, I don't know, you like get awoken, don't you?
Right.
Which is, gives credence to the idea that Link is the same guy, just reborn, whatever, with each Zelda game, or if it's different Zelda, whatever, different Link. It looks to me the way he uses it is like a big kind of tablet thing, which is obviously meant to represent a gamepad. But like when he goes into like a shrine, he kind of swipes it over these kind of round terminals.
Right.
And when I see that, all I can think of is Suica card.
Yeah, and after you wrote that, and I put like, oh, it's a gamepad. Then I started thinking, it's like, wait, I totally see what you're saying because
if you make that beep beep sound in your head when he does it, you'll know what I mean.
Right.
The first thing I thought when I saw those NFC pillars that are in the game is like,
Yeah.
like they literally put amiibo NFC pillars in the game now. So it's like these are definitely there'll be like amiibo tablets in the game where you go up to drop a certain character on it and it'll unlock something.
And you do have to update your Sheikah card. Oh, that's it. We're calling it that. Suica card is now Sheikah card.
There we go.
I'm starting it now. It's a meme. You have to update the card to access various stuff. So it really does you're charging your Sheikah card.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What do you think about this? Any hints towards what the NX as a console, as a system, could be via this? I mean, people are saying it has to have a touchscreen because of that Sheikah card thing.
Yeah, why wouldn't it have a touch screen, really?
Yeah. Okay, good discussion, guys. Thanks very much. Let's
I didn't
move
really
on.
see anything that really hinted except that it's going to have more NFC capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have a big clunky controller of some fashion if they're going to use the same thing. Like, the game is so long in development, they would have swapped out the controller. Like, it wouldn't look like a Wii U gamepad if they knew this game was going to come out in NX. So they would have redesigned the Sheikah tablet to not look like the gamepad if the NX's controller did not look similar. So that was a convoluted way of saying I think the NX's controller will look similar to the Wii U gamepad.
It's funny though because like we don't really have to worry about something spoiling or revealing something about the NX because Zelda and NX are coming out at the same time. So we're going to know all of this information at the same time. It's not like it's kind of giving us a hint of the future, you know what I mean? I mean, they could reveal what the NX looks like before March, but, you know, it might not be that long before. You know what I mean? It could be like January or whatever.
Right.
We'll find out what it looks like, and then it comes out a few months later. You know what I mean? It's not like the N64 hidden in Donkey Kong Country 3. Remember that? They had their Super Mario 64 title music in an SNES game, like years before the N64 came out. Maybe not years.
Well, it was like the same year or something.
Yeah, it was the same year, I believe.
Yeah.
But they had to develop that game way before, right? So
right.
Some forward thinking.
N64 too. They developed it
before. Yeah, that took a long time. Yeah. Please understand.
It was supposed to be the Nintendo Ultra 64 in 1995.
Yeah. Fond memories of that Killer Instinct cap.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you, Virtual Boy, for, you know, filling in the gap.
Yeah, thanks for holding us over, Virtual Boy.
I thought Americans like Cruising USA.
Hey, I like Cruising USA. I'm not against it.
Garbage.
It was so.
Yeah,
that was one of those games where it was like it got like 8% in like British magazines, but it got like 89% in American magazines. I was like, what?
If it was like cruising, you know, Wales, you'd be like, dude, this is the best thing ever.
Maybe.
Wales.
It was like was it called San Francisco Rush?
Yeah.
That was another one. It got like, you know, like 18% in like the British official magazine, Nintendo magazine, and then it got like, you know, really high 90s in like on IGN and stuff. I was like, what?
That's weird. Like, I think that's a good game. What do you think, James?
I've never played it, probably because I was put off by the terrible review scores it got.
Yeah, I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I thought it was like okay, but I didn't think it was so like super fantastic. I played it like with a friend, and I was like, he's like, dude, this is so awesome. I'm like, yeah, sure.
I put a lot of time into Rush 2. That was a really fun game.
Yeah.
Zelda, Breath of the Wilds.
Whatever.
Coming to Wii U and
James,
NX.
play Rush 2 and get back to me. I want to see what your refined British palate thinks of this game with literal Mountain Dew promotions in it.
I'd rather go for Beetle Adventure Racing, to be honest.
Hey,
okay, that's a good game too.
Well, it seems like we've got a little bit off track here, so let's. Yeah,
I think we've covered Zelda.
Yeah, pretty much covered everything. So
let's listen to. Should we listen to some nice Zelda music now, Danny, and then go on to something else?
Absolutely, let's do that right now.
Cool.
Put in the Rush 2 music.
Oh no, that's different game.
In 80. No.
No, that's different.
That's a good song.
Anyways, continuing on, we're going to touch on a few other E3 things here. We're not going to go ahead and we're not going to cover every single thing because even though there's really not that much, we're just going to kind of hit some of the highlights, especially stuff that's kind of maybe a little bit Japan related here. And one thing that I saw today, which I don't know if you guys had seen this, is Nintendo had teased, on the Treehouse they had teased that they're going to be showing off like a new IP, like an RPG coming to 3DS. And they did show it off. And it's a game from Grezzo, the guys that developed 3D, Ocarina of Time 3D, stuff like that.
Majora? Was it Majora as well?
I think they did that too. Maybe a couple of other things that I can't think of off the top of my head. But the game that they have coming out, it's an action RPG called Ever Oasis. And I think it's set to come out in 2017 in the West. I don't remember seeing a date on the Japanese site.
There's a great troll tweet from John Lindemann. He said, "Finally, the 3DS RPG drought is over." It's literally like the 8th RPG in the same year. Or something.
Right.
Well, it's next year, but it's like Dragon Quest 7 and 8 and Yokai Watch and whatever else is coming out. Bravely Default.
Right.
How many more do you need in one game? 200-hour RPGs in 1 year.
Yeah. So with this game, as opposed to like Dragon Quest and the other stuff, it is action based, and it's kind of like yeah, you do fight like a lot of creatures and stuff like that, and gather materials and stuff. But you're like actually building up these oases.
It looked like Animal Crossing a bit.
Kind of. I thought it kind of had like kind of Bravely Default vibes in terms of like visuals and stuff.
Or Fantasy Life, is it that one? Yeah.
Oh, and I just remembered too, like I think the producer, the guy that like runs Grezzo, he worked on like Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, and Secret of Mana and stuff like that too. So he's got a pretty impressive pedigree with what he's done in the past. So I'm interested to see what this is going to become. I only got to watch a little bit of the Treehouse on this one, so I kind of wanted to watch a little bit more before we record today.
Is Grezzo a Japanese studio?
Very Japanese.
So this is like a Japanese RPG being announced in America before Japan. That's crazy.
Yes, that's right.
In English, showing the English version before the Japanese version.
Right, and even with the Japanese trailer, it's just the English version with Japanese stuff underneath the English text. Which
in your face, Japanese people.
What was interesting about the Zelda trailer, at least, I mean, actually, what I really thought was cool, like they even changed because what they've been doing with the Zelda stuff here lately is they have everything written out in English, and then underneath that they have it written in like katakana or something like that. But with this new game, with Zelda, they have it actually written out like in the, Zelda no Densetsu, the Zelda katakana, and it's very reminiscent of the old style.
The original Zelda, yeah, exactly. I noticed that, yeah.
Yeah, even if you're on the video, you can actually. This is the copy of
nice.
Link's Awakening on Game Boy Color, and they use like this Zelda theme here, like this, which I thought it's kind of cool, and I mean it's really
See, it's more that's actually slightly different. The original
right.
Zelda, like Famicom Zelda, is slightly different, and it is exactly like that in Breath of the Wild.
Right.
So it's pretty cool.
Exactly.
Pretty cool throwback.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess moving on here too. So Yokai Watch 2. This is something it's kind of been a known quantity for a very long time. Obviously,
get it, boom.
And Yokai Watch 2 is coming out in North America on September 30th. I thought I saw
Europe will be much later because we've only just got Yokai Watch 1.
Right.
Do you remember what the subtitles were? It was like bony,
fleshy. Wait, is it bony souls or fleshy souls? And
yeah, it was crazy. And is this the one that was dog and cat in Japanese?
Oh, God,
White dog, dog.
I think
That's Busters. I think that's Busters.
Oh, that's Busters, is it?
I don't know.
I forgot. Jesus Christ. There's been so many Yokai Watches since then. It's just hard to keep
they come out like every 3 months here.
Right. And then, here, number 3 is coming out just next month, I believe, and it's the setting in America, and it's like sushi, tempura, odd names for. Why didn't they just call it like cheeseburger and pizza? I mean, it seems like it'd make more sense, but then again,
at least it's not rice and bread.
I think Yokai Watch 2 was Ganso and Honke.
There you go.
Ganso and Honke, yeah. And then they had Shinuchi, was like the third version that they had come out later on.
Yokai Watch 2.3.
Yeah, why should I know that? You should never know that. Forget that, please. Yeah. I wish I could. Yeah, I guess moving on from there, actually kind of in a surprise announcement, they, in a way, just kind of said, like, hey, Rhythm Heaven Megamix, it's out right now, check it out. So that would be Rhythm Tengoku The Best Plus, which came out here last summer, and it's just available in North America right now, coming to Europe soonish, I believe.
No, I think it was like October.
Oh, really?
Yeah, October, and North America gets digital only, but Europe is getting physical and digital versions.
Okay.
Way later, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic game. I mean, if you guys haven't checked it out, yeah, if it's coming to where your neck of the woods, definitely pick it up. It's great. Probably, yeah, one of the best versions of Rhythm Heaven that you can actually get currently for a reasonable price.
Is it like the best, but like plus?
Something like that, It's bizarre. Yeah. A little bit more here too. Another known quantity, Dragon Quest VII, which we talked about on the Famicast 3 years ago. Check it out. I think it was like February 2013. Check it out. I talked about it maybe once or twice.
Do you have it?
Oh yeah, dude. I have the Japanese version. I bought it when it first came out.
Did you? Not gonna say it.
No, of course not. I played it. I played it. No. I played for like 30 hours.
Okay,
seriously.
cool.
But with that game, I mean...
Hours, right?
Yes, not minutes. Hours. Trust me, I know the difference. It's hard to believe. But
Well
yeah,
done.
there's a lot of depth to the game. It takes a long time to get to the job system, which I still didn't even get to. So yeah, one of these type of things.
Amazing.
But
It really opens up once you're 30 hours in.
allegedly.
Like Final Fantasy 13.
Right.
Yeah,
Or speaking of another game that really opens up once you're 30 hours in, Monster Hunter Generations, aka Monster Hunter Cross, that's coming to North America July 15th. I think there's a demo on the way or available right now.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if that demo. It's like the end of the month. I think 30th.
That's it.
Traditionally, the worst demos ever for Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah.
Like that should make you physically, hate the game,
But what I remember, playing this at TGS, what I liked about it is it seemed a little bit more accessible than previous Monster Hunters, just in terms of gameplay. It was easier to control. It seemed just a lot more fun.
Yeah, they made a lot of like kind of cool, flashy moves that anyone could do at the drop of a hat instead of having to be a master of everything.
Right. It doesn't seem as
When you say the easiest to control Monster Hunter, I just tallest midget. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Well done, but
Yeah. Like when I used to play the PSP one, I did develop like the Monster Hunter claw, where my hands were like twisted into these like must hit all of the buttons with my fingers at the same time.
Right.
Well
Oh
done.
man, I just had a Halo flashback there.
Just trying to think of any games that I've played where I've had to use a claw type configuration. Can't really.
Phantom Breaker, not Phantom Breaker, Phantom Crash on the original Xbox. Oh boy, that was a weird one.
Or an even better one, Phantom of the Opera. No, Shadows of the Empire. Similarly related titles there.
What about the Kid Icarus 3DS?
Oh
Yeah.
god, I forgot I still even owned that. God, that game hurts.
I own that as well.
Let's never speak of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it gives me tendonitis just fucking thinking about it.
And Box Boy.
Oh yeah.
Can you see what I did? I highlighted it there in blue.
Fake.
Fake or real?
It's actually got, if you now you've seen it, it's got Xbox in the middle of it.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm sold.
Can you see it?
USA.
Which is weird. Why? Because oh man, I own the game. I played it. I completed it, but I can't remember what it's called. Is it Mohitotsu? Mohito Hako Box Boy?
Yeah, Hako
Like
Boy,
one more
Mohito
box.
Hako, yeah.
So they've just literally gone, instead of one more box, it's just box.
It is literally one more box, but they took it a little bit different literal
Too
sense
literally
than-
there.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if the European one actually goes more Japanese on it, like
Oh,
if they
I was
call
just-
it one more box.
I'm just waiting for that to happen because the Europeans will do that. Shibata will be like, no, we're not going to do this. That's stupid. Let's do it.
Shibata personally localizes all games into European language, into all European languages, which is quite hard because he's only just started learning French. So anyway, good luck to him.
Yep.
So that comes out 30th. Oh yeah, end of this month.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You go back and listen to my rumblings of Box Boy 2. I mean,
Right.
yeah, it's a good game, but it's kind of like Box Boy Plus.
Right.
It's not really a whole new game. So it is, and it isn't.
Yeah. And what Famicast would be complete without Cyrus giving us some kind of a breakdown of the latest and greatest from the world of Pokemon?
Oh god, that would be a terrible Famicast if that didn't happen.
Yeah. So Cyrus, I mean, with the Sun and Moon stuff, is there anything exciting that you thought is worthwhile to share with the fans?
I think the fact that the Pokemon have shadows now was worth donating or worth dedicating a large portion of their stream to explaining.
We've covered it. Move on.
Yeah, I also like how during the stream, the lady was like, for those of you just joining us, Pokemon is a game where you have to explore the world and battle others. And it's like, yes, thank you for explaining to the people watching this Nintendo live stream what a Pokemon game is. They will be
What the
uninterested.
fuck is a video game?
At 2 a.m. Yeah.
So I'm not amused by the Pokemon Sun and Moon section of the treehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything new in Sun and Moon apart from if you're Japanese, you can go to Hawaii and learn English poorly?
It's Like, it literally just looks like the same incremental Pokemon in like improvements. There's, it's just a Pokemon game plus one, like they always do. There's nothing to it.
But people have got slightly different skin color.
Yeah, so you can. One thing that was vaguely interesting is that they so in Pokemon, what was it, XY, it was set in France, and
Yeah.
you could like the big Japanese impression of France is like fashion capital of the universe.
Right.
So for that game, you were allowed to customize your trainer with different clothes for the first time.
So for Hawaii, it's what, the shopping experience?
So for Hawaii, I guess people are tanned, but
That's perfect.
but
I think it's actually their it's actually their race, Cyrus. They're not actually tanned.
I had a discussion with my student earlier today. I'm not getting into it again. But in so they said a while back that they were not going to put trainer customization into any future games because that was XY's thing, that they're not going to do it, and which is bonkers. But looking at the video they showed, they showed a bunch of player characters were like fighting each other, and they had different clothes on. And one of the announcers kind of was like, "Hey, I noticed that the characters have different clothes on. Are we allowed to talk about that?" And she got no response. So,
so are you just generic boy and generic girl? And
generic boy, generic girl, but you can choose your skin tone at the start of the game.
Okay, so you're not a generic Japanese boy. You're just a boy.
Just a boy. Okay. And then you can be like pale, the spectrum, Splatoon spectrum of skin colors.
Okay.
And but yeah,
so literally nothing new, really.
Yeah, there's not. There's a weasel that looks like Donald Trump. That's pretty cool. But but really, this they had this new battle mode where it's a 4-player free for all where you each choose your attacks and you can choose which of the 4 players you're going to attack, but there's no communication, so it's you kind of have to.
So one person could die immediately.
Yeah, everyone could target one guy and immediately destroy him. And this mode is hey, this is kind of a cute online mode. That's fun, but it's the way they line it up is you attack and it goes through each person's attack one by one. So it's a long fucking time to be watching these 4 attacks play out. So that mode is really, really long and boring. And so you can tell I'm really not impressed by this game so far. It's just more Pokemon.
Yeah, okay. Well, in this case, let's go ahead and just move on. How about stuff about Pokemon Go? What did you hear about that lately, Si?
So they didn't actually give it a lot about this because it's coming out next month. But last time I talked about Pokemon Go, I was really excited. Now I think it sucks. So, John, wow. You knocked it out of the park on that one.
Great. I'm actually kind of glad to hear you say that because from what I saw, it looked like hot garbage. Honestly,
now it's pleasantly cooled.
Oh, it just looks like a crappy smartphone game.
Yep. Break it down for me. I didn't actually check any of this stuff out, kind of on purpose because I knew Si would probably talk about it.
So the main thing, when they showed it last time, it had all these cool features you can take control of the gym and you have to defend it against other trainers and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then they showed the gameplay now, and it's when you meet a Pokemon in the wild, you don't even battle them. You just random chance capture them with different levels of
what?
That's stupid. Okay.
And then once you have your Pokemon, you can't level them up. If you want to evolve them, you have to catch multiple copies of that Pokemon and then fuse them to evolve them.
Oh, great! Just like the original games.
Exactly. It's so.
All right, I'm all for mixing stuff up, but that sounds fucking retarded.
This is so. If you've ever played a smartphone game, Japanese particularly, any of these free to play, I play Kingdom Hearts on my phone. And this is exactly how the game works, is you collect multiple copies of a character, you fuse them together to level them up into a better version of that character.
Or you can buy extra ones, maybe?
Probably. So they said you're going to have, microtransactions to buy items, like potions and better Pokeballs and whatever. So.
But this is the English guys, right? I mean, they're not based in Japan, are they?
Yeah, so the other company, they make this other game. It has the same mechanics if you go around real places and capture them. And everyone who plays that seems to like it, so maybe Pokemon Go will still be good, but it sounds like trash. Like,
It looks like a reskin of that game, to be honest.
That's all it seems to
It
be.
really doesn't look very. It doesn't have a Nintendo polish to it whatsoever. It looks very janky. Like
Pokemon Go.
characters and the menu system, everything. It just doesn't look very polished.
And the other thing they showed is that the Pokemon, like the clip-on Bluetooth receiver that you can get.
You can actually buy it now, right? Pre-order.
Yeah,
it now,
so
right?
you can pre-order on Amazon for $34.99.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like $20, but no.
I thought it was going to be like $5.
So all this thing does is like you attach it, and it means it auto plays the game for you. So the way they advertise it is instead of having to look at your smartphone when you go out, this thing will play the game for you, so that you can take in the scenery around you instead of looking at your phone.
Why don't? Or you could just never play the game and enjoy the scenery anyway.
So,
I think you need like a Google Glass version, don't you? Really?
Yeah, so that would be cool. That would be fun. I'd be happy to freak out seeing Pokemon around me everywhere, and people think I'm going nuts.
And to walk to school, or to work, and wherever that way, as you do.
So the thing has like
you take them off and you take them off, and you realize you've beaten a wild rat to death. He's already dead.
So the thing has like a light on it, or it vibrates or something whenever you see a Pokemon in the game, and it'll blink if you capture it, or it'll blink if you don't capture it to tell you what's happened. So you literally don't have to look at your phone. This thing, you just wear it and it tells you what's happened in the game.
Brilliant.
Wow.
So again, Pokemon was just fucking trash on this E3.
All right, on that depressing note, let's go ahead and move on.
Should we have some sad Pokemon music then?
Let's cue that right now.
I don't know what that would be.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Man, we all need suicide packs right now.
All right.
Yeah, what's that
that's
super creepy song from the first Pokemon game?
Lavender Town. The cheap
Yeah, Lavender Town.
Japanese one.
Put that on and, let's suicide pact.
Yeah. So I guess moving on, some kind of non-E3 or E3 Nintendo news kind of announcements, some stuff here.
Oh boy.
I noticed, there's a lot of Zelda stuff in Miitomo. Well, maybe one Zelda thing in Miitomo, the shirt or something like that.
Also available on My Nintendo, you can buy his quiver with arrows.
Ah, that's what I've been seeing lately. Okay, because I haven't logged on to Miitomo in a month.
I deleted it. No, seriously, I deleted it.
I know.
I'm questioning why I still have it on my phone. Even my girlfriend deleted it.
Well. Yeah, well, okay, Miitomo, who cares? And there's a new 3DS theme, da-da-da-da. Yeah, oh god, I forgot about these. New range of Super Mario amiibos. The Super Mario series, Waluigi, a new Rosalina, because we need one of those, right?
Daisy,
Wario.
Jay-Z.
Wario, there was a Boo.
Did you say Jay-Z?
Yeah. The way you said Daisy sounded like it. Boo, I think.
Yeah,
Boo,
Boo.
yeah.
And side note, cool thing about the Boo, it glows in the dark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
Insta-buy.
Actually, speaking of amiibo, if I may, today my wife said, "Hey, Danny, I have a present for you," and I was like, "What, really?" And James, similar to you.
Oh, right.
But
Similar
actually,
to my 5-year-old son, yes?
yes, my wife
ahead.
bought me the Chibi Robo amiibo, which I had been kind of wanting. And I don't have the game. She said she got it for really cheap. So I was like, yeah, sure, cool, whatever.
Oh my gosh,
they've
I
been coming
love
down.
TV Robo.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool.
I've never played any of the games, but I love TV Robo.
Yeah, it's a cool little amiibo. Anyway.
You should give it to Ty.
Yeah.
No.
Put it next to my Killer Instinct figures.
Don't, Danny, don't plug it in. That plug is not a real plug, okay?
I'm gonna do it. You can't stop me. I do what I want. So yeah, Cyrus.
So the Mario Party, it's for Mario Party, isn't it? So
Yeah.
are these tied with the 3DS Mario Party?
Cyrus.
I know they work in the previous Mario Party, the one on the Wii U.
Yeah, they unlocked
they
boards,
leaked
didn't
a while back where they unlocked new boards for the game. So new boards to play around on, like the Rosalina themed one, the Donkey Kong themed one.
Are they updating the Wii U version with
Well,
these?
I think they were already in the game because they released some promo shots like last year, and they had there was like they leaked the Rosalina and Donkey Kong and Wario amiibo because they showed what they unlocked on the back of this picture.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was one of the big gossips. So people have been wondering where this Rosalina is for so long.
What is this about the Mario Party for 3DS? The box looks like SpaghettiOs. What is that?
So in America, you can buy SpaghettiOs, like whatever, and they're all themed. You get Scooby-Doo SpaghettiOs, whatever. So the Mario SpaghettiOs, the box art is it's literally the same box art that this new 3DS game has. So they took the art that they made for the SpaghettiOs game, put it on the 3DS box, and covered Mario's hand with the dice.
Oh, they're gonna say meatballs.
Oh, so is this like a spaghetti and tomato sauce kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a can of spaghetti, like instant spaghetti.
It's delicious. I used to have like cheap, not even the name brand version. We had like the cheap version from like the German supermarket, Aldi's, and you can get it for like, I don't know, 15 cents a can, and I used to eat those all the time.
Oh my god, I'm looking at this now. You know what this means? Undertale confirmed.
What?
I am very confused.
Mountain Dew and Doritos, that's all that matters.
Oh, spaghetti is a recurring theme in Undertale.
Oh, okay.
It's happening.
Actually,
Please
that
believe
didn't.
me.
I don't think that did get announced at E3, right? We're kind of
No,
expecting that.
It did not, because that was the thing I was looking for.
There was the Stardew Valley that was announced for Wii U, Axiom Verge, and I'm forgetting something else kind of indie, exciting related Wii U, but not Shantae. Yeah.
Well, new trailer.
For what?
Half-Genie Hero.
Yeah. But unfortunately, not that one. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
So Cyrus, these new amiibos, they're going to work with the 3DS one, and they're going to be whatever patched into the Wii U one, I guess.
They haven't announced if they're working with the 3DS. They obviously will, but they haven't announced them. But
Okay.
they haven't even technically. I don't think they even actually announced these new amiibo. People who were just like the website just updated e3.nintendo.amiibo or whatever, and people like, hey, look what was just posted on this website, and there was no official word about them.
People have been wanting a freaking Waluigi amiibo for ages, so
Yeah.
there you go. Well done, everyone. You got what you wanted.
Right.
You monsters.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
But yeah, I would be shocked to see this not have some sort of functionality on the 3DS.
Okay. So Half-Genie Hero looks good.
Yeah, this new trailer is just like
Yo! It looks super
I'm still
fun.
not a big. It does look super fun. Like I have issues with some of the animation in the game, but this game looks friggin' gorgeous at the moment. So
Is it 3D ish?
no, it's just fully 2D. It's all Flash animated, it's like tweens
Okay.
and that weird smooth animation that Flash gives.
Right. Cool.
But yeah, still fully 2D. It had one boss fight that it's like the stage is a rotating cylinder, so you're like it's like an infinite track. You can run the whole way around the
Right.
track, but you stay 2D and the boss stays 2D. It's just the ground rotating underneath you.
Yeah, Kirby's Adventure had that kind of effect. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
So,
right.
Sonic Rush has it. Dynamite Heady had it back in the Mega Drive.
So is this a Wii U thing, or is it on 3DS as well?
It's
or?
on everything. It's like
It's on everything. I kickstarted this game, and I'm getting the Xbox One version, so there's
Yeah.
that.
I think I have it on Steam. I'm getting it. I've kickstarted it too.
But of course you did.
So I am looking at a good game.
For $8,000.
This was like the second game I ever put in money for Kickstarter, I think.
Oh, actually,
And,
related to that, talking about Kickstarter games, Ukulele showed up.
Mhm.
Yo!
I think we have a TYP did a video interview with the devs. Actually, the composer, right? Oh my God, blanking on his name.
Was it David Wise?
Could be David
Or
Wise. Yeah, TYP interviewed him and one of the devs, Like ex-Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong type guys. So yeah, check that out on the site. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, ukulele, and also the ukulele trailer came before E3. I think maybe between this episode and the previous episode, there was a trailer.
Right.
It looks really nice. Looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's also next year, isn't it? 2017-ish.
Right.
That's coming out on everything too, right?
Yeah, and people are speculating whether the Wii U version will stay as a Wii U one or get pushed to NX or maybe both or something. I don't know.
Right.
Hopefully both.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
So what is Danny? What is all this bullshit about platinum points?
I don't know, cause okay, so Sai, maybe you put this on here, buddy. I'm not sure. Cyrus is dead.
Cyrus is dead.
Okay. Well,
I think this is maybe taken from the site. I think we had this on the site, NintendoWorldReport.com. If you go to the Nintendo's E3 website, it looks like there's some hidden icons to get bonus platinum points. I'm just reading this from the agenda, by the way. If you click on the main page, if you click on the Sheikah tablet, squeezed in between tweets on the right. If you go to the Zelda section, there's a Sheikah eye down near the Twitter, Instagram icon. If you go to the video one, there's a Breath of the Wild trailer, and you find the Z icon below to the left of the video player. So I guess these are just hidden, and you just click them and you get points.
Right, and it's as far as I can tell, because I tried doing it, because I can see these little things when I went to the website, obviously, and I was logged into my Japanese account, and every time I clicked on it, it said, "Oh, you've already got this," and I totally didn't. So it doesn't work if you don't have.
Is it region locked platinum points?
Yeah, I mean they're just not missions.
Man.
I mean, because if you think about it, with the Japanese, it's like, hey, go do this thing on this English website that you can't read. I mean, it would kind of be like reverse if it was something in Japan and be like, hey, asshole, go over to the Japanese website and figure this shit out. So, yeah, it makes sense, but, whatever.
Okay. So, this is the last bit of Nintendo news before we move on to No, we've still got more Nintendo news, haven't we? Sorry about that.
Yeah, very few little things here left.
Let's just wrap up these. So, other stuff that happened, around E3, not specifically at E3, but Famitsu reviewed a couple of games on Wii U. The Mario and Sonic game got a 30 out of 40, and also so did Mighty Number 9. Oh my God,
yeah,
it exists.
They finished that game?
Yeah, apparently Famitsu gave it a 30 out of 40, so it's equally as good as Mario and Sonic.
Yeah.
I wish I was dead.
And also, Danny, did you add this about Amazon?
So Amazon Japan, they have like a special sale right now for Zelda and Pokemon series games. It runs from June 13th to June 19th, and it's like 40%, 45% off of like Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD, Majora's Mask 3D, Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, Pokemon X and Y, and there's also like digital versions. If you're living in Japan or want Japanese versions on your Japanese systems.
What?
Yeah, Amazon ships overseas now, so...
And they even ship digital codes to your email inbox.
Wow. That's pretty sick. Too bad these systems are region locked as hell.
Yep.
I know we have a few listeners who have Japanese systems, so...
Right.
Yeah,
So
that would be...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool for a few people.
Yeah, so that pretty much does it for all the Nintendo-related stuff.
Oh, Danny, does it?
Does it?
Does it? We've got a little mini Splatoon section. You ready?
Oh, boy. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, Squid fans, here we go. Cue the music. So, yeah, a couple of interesting Splatoon tidbits. There's a Splatoon contest, like a tournament happening in Makahari, which is actually near where I live, Makari Messe, where the Tokyo Game Show is. So the hobby fair, as it's called, and they're going to have a tournament. I believe it's for like elementary school kids, but
you going?
Maybe you what? Yeah. So if you know any, but yeah, it should be interesting. Yeah, there's gonna, it's gonna be a big tournament. Lots of people watching, live streamed, prizes. Should be cool. But it's pretty cool how it's become like a big part of the culture in Japan, and the hobby fair. It's not technically a games fair, but the fact that they're having this, and they've got like a special setup you know, they've decided, you know, the weapons and I think you can choose any weapon, but like the clothes, the gear is already set, you know, to keep it all balanced and everything.
Okay.
That should be interesting. The next Japanese Splatfest is a chocolate themed one.
Oh boy.
So Meiji, which is a Japanese chocolate maker, make these things called Kinoko no Yama, like mountain mushrooms, which sounds really dodgy when you say it like that. Hey man, what's some mountain mushrooms? Like, but they're just like little kind of biscuits with, you know, chocolate on top,
Right.
cookies or whatever. And the other one is Takinoko. No something. I've forgotten what it's called.
Yeah, basically one looks like a little mushroom, and the other one looks kind of like a little triangle.
Well, it's a bamboo shoot, but
Thank you. Okay.
If you don't know what that is, it's basically like, I don't know, a triangle.
Yeah.
Or a pyramid.
And I guess it's like one's kind of like more crackery, and another's more like a cookie or a biscuit,
Right.
if
Exactly.
you will.
Yes.
Both very
Yeah,
good.
and I totally missed this at Splatfest. There was a travel themed one, like Travel the World or Go into Space, and I totally missed it. Like, I didn't even see it advertised. So that was like, you know, last week. So it's gone and done. But, yeah, Japan. Yeah, it's another third-party sponsored, you know, Splatfest, which seems to happen most frequently in Japan for some reason.
It's the way it is.
The way it is, exactly. Okay, yeah, and that's it. We still don't know anything about, you know, things like the Octolings coming to Splatoon. For some reason, I thought they might announce that at E3, but, you know, that's crazy talk. Why would you talk about, you know, other games at E3?
Yeah. Well, I guess like the Octolings is a free giant feature they can add to Splatoon 2.
Yeah,
Like
but it's in Splatoon though. It's like
well, I think it's just like, you know, in Street Fighter you can swap the models of any character with another character. It's just like the way the game is rigged up that.
do you think? Yeah, it shouldn't actually be playable, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because like the Octolings heads don't work with any of the costumes. Like
Right.
they've got the huge
right.
fat tentacles. So I think it's just a matter of the engine is hooked up that they work the same. They just attach an AI to your character model.
Yeah, you could be right. So yeah, I think that's all the Splatoon news I got. I don't really have any Mario Maker news.
Right. I mean,
But
there wasn't anything really.
there was actually. Do you know Tower Records? Has anyone ever been to Tower Records before in Japan?
Yeah.
8 years ago, yeah, sure.
Yeah, people buy physical CDs in Japan. They love it.
Yeah.
What the hell is a CD?
Yeah. So the Splatoon or Nintendo has partnered with Tower Records, and there's going to have a 2016 summer sale, which is from the 24th of June to the 24th of July. So it's a whole month. And you can get Splatoon t-shirts, a tote bag, posters, stickers, cups, and what else is there? Yeah, lots of cool things. Posters.
Condoms.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, and there's also like a scratch card where you can win stuff as well. These are all things to buy, by the way. So yeah, Korabo goods. Collaboration goods with Tower Records. So yeah, swing by Tower Records if you want to pick up some cool Splatoon merch.
I know. So you know the way 7-Eleven they run those like the kind of draw games periodically, where like
Right.
a certain franchise will have like a bunch of cool themed goods, and then you buy a lottery ticket and it gives you a random prize.
Right.
Like you're always guaranteed to win something. You just don't know if it's going to be cool or like a tea coaster. So I think Splatoon is going to be the campaign for like July. So it'll all be Splatoon goods. You can buy a Splatoon ticket and win some stuff.
There is something very summery about Splatoon, isn't there? Like it fits very well with, you know, I don't know, ice cream flavors or something like that. I don't know. You'd expect to see lots of things like that around Japan, I would guess. Okay, yeah. So there you go. Stay fresh or whatever. That's the end.
Well, we'll go ahead and move on to just a little bit of non-Nintendo stuff here to clear out the episode.
Yeah, let's get this moving. I gotta get up tomorrow.
Yeah, I do too. So, obviously, E3 is not all about Nintendo, especially this year. So there's a lot of different things that kind of went down, and how about we just maybe talk about one particular game each, something that really kind of tickled our fancy, or something that you guys really dug. And Ty, how about we start with you, man? Like, what's one game that you saw non-Nintendo, which I'm pretty sure for you was probably more than one, at least one of these games.
There's like three.
Mm-hmm.
But the one I was hoping for and got was State of Decay 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now they only showed this as like a like a CG trailer, like a lot of other games, but I'm definitely looking forward to this game. I've talked about it multiple times on the podcast.
Right.
Is this the broken game?
Yeah, it's buggy as fuck, but
That's funny, yeah.
It was
the design.
It was cool when you showed it to me, man.
It's kind of charming, and the design is really good, so that's why I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a like a zombie survival management game that plays like GTA.
Right.
Right.
Oh, I remember State of Decay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I always put in like a couple hours in this game every month because they have these monthly challenges.
You get achievements?
And yeah.
Of course.
And right. And the thing about this game is they were going to have multiplayer co-op, but that got cut because I guess time or budget or whatever. But there's a lot of I want to say like footprints in the game. Like you can see what they were going for. Like there's all these built-in emotes and things that were obviously for multiplayer, but they didn't have it. But the CG trailer seemed to imply that it's going to be very co-op, and as far as I know, it's a successful game. So hopefully Microsoft gave them a blank check to make whatever they wanted. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
Yeah. Besides that, it's more Quake and more Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Sure. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and go next. One thing that maybe the thing outside of Nintendo stuff that I really enjoyed, at least watching a little bit of, is probably Battlefield 1. I just think the idea is really fresh. I mean, this is something we kind of knew about beforehand, but just kind of seeing a little bit more about it was interesting to me. I really like the World War I setting. This is something that I can't really think that's been done in a first-person shooter before. So I think that's just a really interesting place to take it, as opposed to
trench warfare isn't super good for a first-person shooter.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but did you ever play Red Baron?
No, I did not.
You should look into that. That is a super fun fucking game, and it's a DOS game, but
oh god,
I remember. Yeah, it was like Sierra Online published that game, and they gave it away for free at one point.
Sierra that did that.
And they were working on a Nintendo 64 port that got canceled at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that would have been a really fun split screen game.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel so inclined, check out Red Baron. And I had flashbacks to that game when I saw some of the gameplay for this Battlefield.
Well, another thing that I'll just touch on this here briefly, but another thing that this, in a way, reminds me of, it's not really related, just for the fact that it was kind of unique. There was a mod for Counter-Strike back in the day, a Revolutionary War mod, where you had muzzle-loading guns and bayonets at the end of them and stuff.
A mod for a mod?
Yes, it was actually really fantastic. If you had a really good team of people playing, there's even commands you can give with the keys, make ready, fire, and if you're actually doing it at the same time, you could cause a lot of damage, but nobody ever did that. But anyways,
Americans don't work together.
They do not. Yeah.
that was
guy on my friends list in Overwatch that doesn't play. He's from California, and he only plays Japanese servers because none of the Americans will actually cooperate at all.
That's understandable. Yeah.
Somebody did a good troll tweet about like somebody said that there was 8 million Overwatch players, and yeah, but only like 10 of them are actually doing the objective.
Yeah. All right. Well, Cyrus, how about you, man? What's something else that caught your eye at the show?
So my top pick is definitely Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, I chose that one as well.
So I saw this like last year, or whenever the last time they showed it, and I thought it was gorgeous. Like I love the design of a lot of it. It's a beautiful looking game. But this demo they showed of it, this E3, it's pushing me very, very close to like I want to buy a PS4 just to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
It looks absolutely gorgeous. The combat looks fantastic in it. Like everything is super smooth. And it's just really refreshing to see bright, colorful games every now and then when they come out. And this has that in spades.
Yeah, I wrote down here that it kind of out-Zelda'd Zelda before we'd even seen it because, yeah, there are a lot of similarities. and also it's ironic that this does have a female lead with a bow and you're riding on, like a horse, even though it's a robot horse.
Yeah.
Actually, we forgot to mention that about Zelda. You do actually you actually hunt stuff now. You can actually shoot deer and boars or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's probably other stuff later on too.
So yeah, in this one, there was this amazing, like in Horizon Zero Dawn, there was like she was like pinning down this huge monster with like these kind of grappled things.
Right.
And,
That's super cool.
It's really good. Yeah, I mean it looks amazing, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Very Zelda-esque, but like a totally different, aesthetic and world to it. It's very cool.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, Jesus Christ! I watched all the press conferences, all of them.
Well done? Question mark.
Yeah. What am I doing with my life? Question mark. Yeah, but yeah, this is the thing that really stood with me too. Really cool looking. So.
Yeah, I also chose the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Because of the localization point of it being Biohazard : Resident Evil 7. Biohazard 7 : Resident Evil in Japanese. Mm-hmm. So finally, Japanese people will find out what Biohazard is called outside of Japan.
Yeah.
And also
about those titles, one thing that I absolutely adored about it was that like it's Resident Evil and then the 7 is hidden in like evil. The V11.
Even more crazy than that. This is actually based on the Kitchen demo that Capcom did like last E3.
Right.
And people have looked back at the Kitchen logo and realized that Kitchen had a 7 hidden in it.
Yeah, it's like, how did no one notice that?
We were actually playing Resident Evil 7 without knowing it. Amazing.
I was going to say, if you look at the Resident Evil 6 logo, there's a very weird thing hiding in there. I won't even say what it is. It's not appropriate for young ears. Ty probably knows.
What, the giraffe?
Yes.
Giraffe.
Jerry the Giraffe. You'd stick Toys R Us.
Hell yeah.
On spring break.
Yeah, and also Resident Evil 7 is going to be a VR game,
right?
If you want it to be.
Right. And yeah, I thought that was kind of neat too. They're like, hey, if you want to start out with VR, you can. If you get tired of it, you say fuck it, you can throw it out the garbage. Well, okay, that'd be a very expensive.
Yeah, I would do that.
Play it on your TV.
Yeah, so I mean, it's great. So you can just switch whenever you want. I think that's a really good feature.
Also, they weren't shitting around when they said, they're going back to the horror roots. I mean, fucking hell, it's scarier than Resident Evil's ever been. Resident Evil was never this scary.
Yeah, there's apparently the demo's out on PS4 now.
Yeah,
apparently.
And like when I watching the video, I was like, okay, this is like, it looks like whatever PT that cancelled fucking PlayStation game. And then at the end, when the Resident Evil logo came up, like it's the only thing that ever in the conference made me go, holy shit, when the title popped up. And I'm like, this is the direction they're going, Resident Evil? This is kind of amazing.
I was pretty shocked too, because I mean, I think I saw before, because I couldn't watch the presentation live, so at work, But I saw it later that night. I remember seeing something that Resident Evil 7 got announced, but when I was watching the press conference, I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh, that's what they did there. Okay, cool. So
is is the VR mode exclusive to Sony, the Sony VR, or
Oh
is
God,
it going to come to other stuff later? Or
It
it
might
probably will later, right?
yeah, it might be coming to other stuff later.
It's
I-
probably like a timed exclusive for Sony, right?
Right.
And it'll come to the other stuff later. But also, a lot of these games, I mean, we're not going to go through all of them, but, these kind of late 2016, early 2017 games, it's kind of reminding me of what happened with the Wii U. Like, what was it? The Mass Effect. Mass Effect 3 came out, as the Wii U was released, but like just before. So it was kind of like it was too late. So like, Wii U got the third one, and then the other systems got like the trilogy the next month or something.
A week later, yeah, exactly.
It was just ridiculous. I'm kind of like, oh shit, the same thing's going to happen again. Are we going to miss? Are all these games going to miss NX? Is the same thing going to happen again? I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope not.
I guess it depends on when they release it, but we won't get into that really right now.
Something to think about anyway.
For sure.
Maybe Reggie should get on those deals with third parties.
Yeah.
In America, the Western third parties.
Right.
He's totally not going to do that.
Of course not. So, all right. Well, I mean, I'd love to keep on going on about this stuff, but it is getting a little bit late here.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what. Let's just go ahead and give out our Twitter handles, and we're just going to go ahead and call it a night. I think a lot of us here are kind of sleepy. If anything, I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah,
so,
I'm with you. I got a few Famicast tweets to just quickly read out.
Okay. And if you want to email us you can email us at Famicast@NintendoWorldReport.com or hit us up on Twitter at the Famicast. So James, what do you got, man?
Bruscarino, he said he's trying out UFC free on EA Access. Does anyone know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ultimate Fighting Championship. That's a game where you mount dudes and then punch them until candy comes out.
He says it's a bit pants. It's a bit pants, but if he wanted to see semi-naked men roll on the floor, he'd watch the live recording of the Famicast. So yeah, thanks for watching, Russ. Hey.
Woo.
Yeah, I reviewed one of those UFC games a long time ago, back on GameCube.
Wow.
But yeah, right now EA Access, so you can play like a dozen games for free for like a week or two.
Right.
And I've been doing that. I played some
Madden.
Need for Speed, and I was downloading
Madden.
Garden Warfare. I'll let you know how that goes later.
Let us know how Madden is.
Yeah, and there's all the sports games too. You got Madden, NBA, and whatever. I might play those.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. It's okay.
Next up, we've got a new follower. The only reason I'm mentioning it is because it's Nolan Bushnell, the Nolan Bushnell.
You mean Nolan Bushnell?
Yeah, that guy. He started following the Famicast, not me, like the Famicast, the podcast.
Coincidentally, I think a week before he started following me. So,
okay, forget about it then. Not important.
Fake.
I
have no idea.
Oh yeah, I finally tried out my Kirby amiibo in Mario Maker, and guess what? The brand new Kirby amiibo unlocks the old Kirby. It's no different.
Boom.
I think Cyrus even called it. What else we got here? Oh, Paul Derbyshire tweeted out a nice picture of the For Whom the Frog Tolls. Do you remember we talked about that last episode?
Right.
He tweeted out a beautiful picture of the original box and the cartridge and everything, and yeah, it's fantastic. Check out the Famicast Twitter if you want to see a picture of that. We'll talk about that baby metal thing next time. Sorry.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Yeah, you should also follow me for some photoshops of a photo. There was a photo of Miyamoto, Aonuma, and Reggie that went out just before the E3 presentation, and they were pointing at a sign which said "Green Room," but that was just too easy to Photoshop out and put other messages in. Somebody started with one that said, "What is Metroid?" ?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that quickly snowballed. Yes, there's lots of ones. Follow me for examples of that. John Lindemann said, "One of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong." I think he's referring to Reggie in that photo.
I thought it was Aonuma, but whatever.
Yeah, you've got Aonuma, Miyamoto, and then Reggie.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's Sebastian Silveria at Freestar. He says, "Wait, did Nintendo really name the new Box Boy Box Boy? Sounds like Ty's fake or real game."
Yeah. It seems.
Nicholas Bray is in Japan right now. He might be watching. Hi, Nick, if you're watching.
Yeah, actually, I got to meet up with Nick last weekend, and it was a lot of fun. We hung out in Akiba and stuff like that, and hoping to have some kind of a special segment for the Famicast. If not this episode, probably not. Probably at the end of the next episode for you audio listeners, and then maybe try to do something.
Is he still in town? Because I'm going to Tokyo this weekend.
He is not in Tokyo right now.
Okay.
But I'd say hit him up. Yeah.
Okay.
He's still alive in Japan. Hit him up, let him know, and maybe you guys can meet up. So.
Yeah, he said he'd be watching if he's awake.
Right.
So there you go.
So cool. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode, the special E3 episode. As always, if you guys have any...
I didn't want to introduce myself. It's cool.
No, it's okay.
No. Keep going.
I'm not done yet. Don't worry.
Cyrus, we're not doing individual Twitters yet. Hold your horses. That was the Famicast, feedback.
I just want to leave. Why won't you let me go to sleep?
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
Hurry up, Danny. Move on. Come on.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
So, Cyrus, where can we find you at, man?
You can find me at Cellsci.
Boring. Next.
All right. Cyrus, get the hell out of here. Ty, how about you, man? Where can we find you?
I'm SuperCatDrugs on Twitter. Gosh, I posted all sorts of weird stuff. We got SSX soundtrack. We got Grill Gamers.
Boring. Come on, move it on.
Chex Quest, baby. Rip and tear.
All right, James, how about you, man?
Yeah, Twitter, whatever.
Okay. You can follow me at DannyBiv. So that's going to do it for this episode. Let us know what you guys thought about E3, what's going on, and we will catch you next time. So, Famicrew out. See you guys.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Late.
Okay, before you...